Alright, hi there everyone. It's Mr. 28 here. You know me as founder and CEO of 28 Games. How you doing? I hope you're all doing really, really well. It's been a while since I've updated everyone. Excuse me, my throat's a little bit dry, a little phlegmy here. Just as to what's going on right now with me, my mother, and I want to keep you guys updated. Yeah, things aren't obviously, they're not great. They're just like GTA 4, just a little better, a little better. My mother is still off medication. Right now it's 7:30, so it's 1930 hours, if you say it that way. She's at a Bible study right now. It should be getting out at 8:30. It's a couple of miles. Yeah, south. A couple of miles south from here. I'm used. I take her everywhere. I'm her chauffeur. I'm her wheels. You would see me in my journal entries. Talk about that. That I take her everywhere. I'm basically my mother's lifeline. She needs me. And I love her and I'm proud of her and everything like that. Obviously, the last few days have been, pretty good for her. There was a little bit of a fallout that happened between her and my aunt. I'm always talking about my aunt a lot in my vlogs, because she hangs out with my aunt a lot since my grandmother was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. As you might recall, they hang out a lot. They do things together, which is really, really good. Because they need each other. They're sisters. They love each other a lot. And unfortunately, one of those sisters, or one of my aunts, committed suicide via pills. Pardon me. In '86. So if Pam, if she was here today, she'd be doing everything that my aunt, and my mother are doing. But they hang out with each other, as much time as much as possible. My mother's always over at my aunt's. They watch TV, they talk, they go to a breakfast place called Cafe Deja Vu that we started going to when I first got the Scion. The car I'm driving. Me, my mother, and my aunt Patty went there. That's her name, and then it just kind of it became a thing of me and my mother went there, and then now it's basically one of the spots that my mother, and my aunt go to. But they go to different places. They go do different things. They go on my uncle's boat. They got a yacht. So my mother's been going on there, and my whole family. My aunt's family there, my cousins, Jessica and Samantha, you've heard me mention them before, their families. And she was just there recently celebrating my cousin Samantha's 37th birthday. I can't even believe she's 37. Totally, totally crazy. It's crazy all the time that goes by, and it's like one day becomes another day, and then it's like a week's over, a month's over, a year's over. I've always said, what, a year. 12 months feels like 6 months. A week, 7 days feels like 4 days. 24 hours feels like 12 hours. It just goes by so quick. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to make the most of the life that you got, the borrowed time you got, live it up. And when you're a kid, your job is to be a kid. As a kid, you got one job: to be a kid. And I've said this before: live it up, have fun, because you do a good job of being a kid. You're gonna do a good job as an adult at your real job. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't miss out on that pivotal time in your life. It's so important. I missed out on that for one reason or another. I was bullied a little bit. Not really bad, but kind of took me out a little bit. I was an introvert. I didn't put myself out there. My parents, didn't really push me. They didn't want to push me. They just they wanted me to be comfortable. And I sat on the sidelines. When I was younger, I just swing. I loved it. It was like the best feeling in the world. And it's crazy because it's like, when you're a kid, things last a lifetime. Perception of time changes. When you're a kid, it's like a month could last a lifetime. A year could last a lifetime. You become an adult, bam. You figure out 24 hours ain't enough to get everything done. It's crunch time. You're cramming things in. And that's how my father was. He was a good man. It's actually going to be 5 years since he passed. As you know, September 13th, 2019. Be 5 years this September. There's a lot. It's the holidays, fall. It's going to be winter. It's going to be really, really tough because it's associated with that. So when the leaves start changing and falling, I'm going to think of, which is one of the pictures that I have here, the truck that was parked in the driveway while the leaves were on the ground. There was a trailer there, and then the Hyundai Sonata, the car that was repoed 2 years ago, that was there. So it's like one of those things where once the environment is, the scenery's set, the leaves change, leaves are on the ground, I'm going to still be able to see that. Like, I'm going to see everything as it was set up, the truck here, the trailer, the car behind the trailer, and it's just, it's something that you just don't forget. And I'm jumping all around. I really do apologize. I got horrible anxiety, but it's content, I'm really happy. I do. I got bad anxiety. I got bad anxiety, from one year to the next. If I compare right now to last year, it's a hell of a lot better. It really, really is. That homeless guy isn't here anymore. Gerard, the basement, the basement tenant, because he was in a tent in their backyard, came back December. My mother kicked him out, called him the devil, all that, whole 9 yards. Said, okay, you can stay back and you can stay here. Asked me if it was okay. The only reason I said yes, because at the time my mother needed money because she couldn't keep a job, so she couldn't keep money coming in. So I said yes, you can stay in the basement. Set it all up. Huge mistake. And then she ended up kicking him out March of this year. But that'll never happen again. That's one thing that'll never happen again. You want to know something else that won't happen again? Psychic mediums. Because I was taking my mother to her Bible study. She does Bible studies and all that, so she goes to a place called the Bells. She goes to it a lot. I know where all her routes are. Everywhere I need to take her. So she goes there. Like I said, that'll get over in about an hour, 8:30. Here I lost my train of thought. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? Oh boy. But I'm definitely so much more comfortable in front of the camera now. I started vlogging 3 years ago, and I was just really, really, I didn't look at the camera. You didn't see my face. You'd see me putting the camera all the way up here with just my face in view. And now, I'm getting more comfortable with that. And there's confidence, And let me tell you something about confidence. Confidence will come over time. And you will get more comfortable with yourself. Like, if you've never been behind the camera before, you don't like to hear the sound of your voice, you don't like any idiosyncratic things you do, maybe you move your mouth around, maybe you move your head around, twitch, something like that, you'll get used to that. You'll get used to seeing that, and you'll just fall into comfort, if that makes sense. And that's what I can do now. I can sit here and talk with you guys, and it just comes out naturally. I've got no shame doing it. I like doing it because it's good for my comments. All the many people that I've spoke with via DMs and people I've communicated with. One person said, I think it'd be good for you if you start a YouTube channel. Someone suggested streaming. And again, I got to say no on the stream, and I just wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But this year, I like doing the vlogs. Because you get to see, my game, my story, which is what I'm doing, my version of GTA 6, which I call Agent. That's just why you see an agent, my little journal entries, hashtag Agent, but you'll see hashtag GTA 6, and also what Benzies is doing over there, Build a Rocket Boy, everywhere in Mind's Eye. So, it's kind of like just all hands on deck, burning 6 cylinders thing that I'm doing right now. There's just a lot going on, I'm doing what I'm doing for GTA 6. I'm helping out Benzies too, with the bumper stickers on my car. That wasn't for nothing. And I'm really, really proud of, what I'm doing, and I just hope that the stuff on my YouTube channel, people will look at it, they'll gain something from it, they'll learn something from it. Because I'll admit, the journal entries get really, really hectic, they get really crazy, there's a lot of them. I'm like doing waves of these things, like freaking 10 to 15 of them. I'll just sit. Okay, I sit in this chair. This is my little chair, my thinking chair, or my apprentice chair. Because in The Apprentice, Donald Trump had a chair like this, kind of. So I'll just sit here and type away to the point, my thumb, like a carpal tunnel, because I'm double jointed, so I can just type like that. My hand will start aching because I do so much of these little journal entries, and I do them on my X or my Twitter account, and then I'll put them into InShot, my video editor. Then I'll put them on my YouTube and my Instagram. Those are my two. Those are my two. My two mediums that I use. You know, yeah, YouTube and Instagram. So you'll see me. I'll start on YouTube, and I'll put all those journal entries on there. Then I'll head over to Instagram, do the same thing. It's easier on Instagram, because when you post them, they're posted chronologically. In YouTube, that's not usually the case. They might not be posted chronologically, so I'll have to delete them and make sure they're all in order. But I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And that's all. But there's a reason why I'm doing it all. It's almost 2025. Finally, almost 2025, and we're 4 months away from it. And I'm just thinking, when we get to 2025, that is going to be my year. Okay, my year where I am rewarded properly. Okay, not a contract drawn up. It's a concept, anything like that. You know what I've said before. I've harped on that. Got upset about it. I'm still a little upset about it. Not as bad as it was before. But it is what it is. This is the real world. I've stepped into it. I know how it works. I know how people work. I'm seeing how people can be. I'm just gonna sit back here and get a little more comfortable. But I'm thinking next year's gonna be my year. And as far as GTA 6 is concerned, because there's like so many different Jason and Lucia, concepts out there, concepts about radio and cars and you name it. And I gotta credit all the people that are putting this stuff together, even as far as Grand Theft Auto forums. Discord, the Discord servers, all the GTA 6 servers there, the one on Reddit that's very, dedicated. I know they say other people might think otherwise and disagree with me. Say, yeah, it's a shit show, because all these concepts and all these rumors are going up. And then we had the rumor about the conference call which we had today, and Mr. Zelnick, Strauss Zelnick, there, the CEO of Take-Two, said that 6 is on schedule for fall or calendar 2020. What did he say? Calendar 2020, fall calendar 2025. There's a certain way that he says it, but it's slated for fall 2025. Rockstar didn't say anything about it, but as far as GTA 6 is concerned, I will say what I'll keep saying. This is a massive rolling concept, okay? What people are doing is they are going to the drawing board and writing this thing in real time. And everybody is doing it. You got concept artists that are doing Jason concepts, Lucia concepts, car concepts, radio concepts, just all these different types of concepts. And they're incredible. And and artwork, and some are AI generated, but some are actual artwork that look like it could be coming from Rockstar themselves. And all my respect to all of you doing all out there on the front lines, doing that hard work. You're doing a great job. You will get the XVIII treatment. What that means is when I see your stuff, be it on Discord, Reddit, any other touch point, I will showcase it on my channel and credit you. I'll say furnished by or via if I can't fit it all in the title, because I'd like to fit everything all in my title, of whatever it is. And again, I know that it seems like my channel may seem amateurish, with everything that was on there, but I'm growing, stepping into it, and really growing as a content creator, and putting the stuff out there that pertains to GTA 6 and is about my story. And those journal entries, that's what they are. As crazy as they are, as heavy, hot and heavy as they come in every single day, okay? Every